can feel it in myself. I can feel that I'm African. I can feel that I'm Arab. My interpretation of Afro-Arab is it's an individual who's kind of packed with a lot of strength in their heritage, a lot of creativity in their heritage. That's what Afro-Arab is to me.
My parents are originally from Zanzibar, which is East Africa. Zanzibar was the capital of Oman for many years. They had a sultan in Oman, and they had a sultan that was in Zanzibar as well. It was a hub, basically, back in the day of trading until like around the 60s, 70s when the sultans were ousted. Obviously, there was slave trade as well during that time. Growing up at home was definitely more in tune with the African side of the family. I love that my roots are in Africa, and I love that as soon as you stepped outside and lived in the society that we're in, it was more Arab. People didn't realize black people existed in the Middle East.
My mother is a trailblazer for marrying a black guy. My grandfather was not happy. Not a lot of Arab women would go against their father for love.
I was constantly trying to claim my Omani side over my Zanzibari side. It was just hard to grow up and not be Arab in an Arab society.
I didn't really think that there was an option to be both African and Arab. I just thought that, we'd have to pick one.
That sense of just wanting to be full something, full anything, gets a bit confusing.
I love being Afro-Arab, just being this extremely layered person. I feel like I'm never not inspired by so many different things in both cultures.
Going back to Africa, they look at you like, oh, you speak Arabic, oh, you're an Arab, you're trying to be Arab, you're trying to be not African, you're a sellout.
You have to be brave to accept that you're both.
Am I enough of each? I don't think a lot of people understand how much of a struggle that is.
If I was to say that I'm Arab, that kind of confuses people sometimes because a lot of ignorant people don't know that there's black Arabs. So I always say that I'm Afro-Arab.
My relationship with my hair changed throughout the years because my hair was the biggest giveaway to me being African. And it was the thing I hated the most about myself. I would constantly straighten it, and at some point I had to chop it all off because it was all damaged. When my hair started to break, that was my breaking point.
What it was like growing up in Saudi or the GCC as a mixed race kid, with my father being black. It was different. It was definitely more challenging than it was an easy ride.
Kids are mean. They have racism embedded in them without them even knowing. They would tell me I'd go to hell. You're black, like you're going to hell.
I went to a pretty expensive school, so I was around a lot of high-end people of Saudi Arabia. And when my dad picked me up, somebody literally asked me word for word, "Is that your slave?" I said, "No, that's my dad. My father speaks 9 languages, philosopher, a writer. You're black, that means you're a bodyguard, you're a slave, you're a servant, you're anything that is not, quote unquote, a respectful occupation."
I had a very hard time. I didn't even know what language to speak. At home, my parents would speak Swahili. I go to school, we're speaking English, but then you go out to any other place and people are speaking to you in Arabic. I didn't know which one to perfect. The reason I'm more comfortable speaking in English rather than Arabic is because I never felt like I belonged to my Arabic side. I was resenting the people I was growing up with because they were making me feel like I wasn't a part of my own country.
I remember growing up wishing I had a smaller nose or wishing, I had smaller, a lighter complexion and stuff like that based on what I used to see on TV. The more you grow up and the more you realize how rich my culture was, to realize, how proud I am of where I'm from,
Do I have a similar sense of pride to my Arab side? Yes, I do. I started understanding the good part about being Arab, the kindness, being respectful. Humility is a big thing. The Arabs in general, they do have a lot of beautiful virtues that I think are nice to share with the world.
My style has kind of been a way for me to incorporate every part of my life, my heritage, my religion, and my own individuality.
I'm so proud of the journey I've taken, being who I am. And every time I walk out of the house, every single day, I am exactly who I want to be.
With time, it just feels like you kind of like created your own fusion of both cultures. I think the beauty is in the difference as well.
Being from both cultures is a learning process. It's a journey, and I'm not at the end of it. If there was no trauma and there was no need to fit in, I wouldn't have made it a point to stand out. I have the best of both worlds.